Hi everybody, it's Trent again. Today we're talking about my Mardu commander, Kroxa and Kuronos. For 3 in Mardu, which is red, white, and blue. Red, white, and black, I mean. Not just, guys, Mardu. You get a 6/6 Vigilance, Menace, and Lifelink. So, decent. Whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, you may exile 5 cards from your graveyard. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, we need to self-mill, build our graveyard, and bring out fun stuff. Like a Molten Primordial for 5 and 2 red. Haste, 6/4. When Molten Primordial enters the battlefield, for each opponent, gain out control up to 1 target creature that player controls until end of turn. Untap those creatures, they gain haste until end of turn. Deny them blockers. Deny them everything. To help us with our milling, Cemetery Tempering, 2 and a black for a hideaway 5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 3 cards. Then if there are 20 or more cards in your graveyard, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. In both games I've played this deck thus far, Rhea Dawnbringer has been under Cemetery Tapping, which makes no sense because all she does is pull stuff out of your graveyard. For 6 and 3 white, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. For a 4/6 flyer. We have Iroas, God of Victory, or Freya, Queen of Valkyries. For 2 in Boros, she's indestructible 7/4. As long as your devotion to red and white is less than 7, Freya is not a creature. Creatures you control have menace. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures you control. So a Dolmen Gate with menace. Oh, just beautiful. Joshua Phoenix's Dominant, which is 1 and 2, a red white. When he enters, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. You exile him, and he becomes Phoenix. Which Phoenix is a 4/4 flying lifelink with Phoenix deals 2 damage to each opponent for the first 2 times. And then for 3, return any number of target creature cards from a total value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile Phoenix, then return it to the battlefield. So, Recursion. Joshua Graham, also known as Ishin of Two Heavens as 1, which means that all your attacking triggers trigger twice. Which means you can do Kroxa twice. Sign of Halaster, 1 in a black. Command creature you don't have the first time you draw a card each turn. You put 1 in the graveyard, you put 1 in your hand. You put 1 in the graveyard, you put 1 in your hand. Again, fill in your graveyard. All Out Assault, 2 in Mardu. For creatures you control, get +1/+1 in lifelink or in death touch. And if it enters in your main phase, there is additional combat phase after this, followed by an additional main phase. So you're just cycling through. And because you're bringing out all this heavy stuff, why not throw Avacyn, Angel of Hope in, which is 5 and 3 white for an indestructible Vigilance Flyer, 8/8, who gives everyone else indestructible. This is the Graveyard Recursion on steroids. We do play with tutors. You're tutoring to find your graveyard pieces, because Kroxa does nothing if you don't get that. Sorry, my phone went off. Yeah. And that's everything. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.